welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you click that button below. In today's video, I'm actually going to start doing a lot more YouTube videos. I'm actually going to start basically filming almost every single Etsy order I do receive. And we are starting off 2023 with a bang. I've already received a total of 6 orders and it's only a Monday. So I'm really excited for that. And we are actually going to start off with 2 of the shirts right now because they are identical. And yeah, I'm super excited. It's actually becoming one of my more popular shirts, which is the Sonic birthday t-shirts. And I'm probably going to do more of like a walk step through on that one. And then the second shirt, I'm just kind of going to do like a music overplay. So if you are interested in watching, then stay tuned. All right, so as you can see, I've gone ahead and pulled everything up. I have my number 6, because that is the age, my Sonic, and Oliver, which is the kid's name. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my USB flash drive, and then let's bring it over to the machine. Okay, so with this particular customer, they did contact me and ask me for a size that I did not have available. So I did advise them that I'd have to go out to the store. So it's typically not my ideal quality of shirt. Again, nothing wrong with the quality. It is a Gildan extra small because that is all that they had available. But again, I disclosed that with the customer before, you know, they placed the order. Typically, I actually use AJ Blanks, and these are the shirt because this is actually going to be for the second order. This is a 5T, and I just like these qualities honestly a lot better, especially with embroidery. They just hold a lot, can I say it again? Better. So typically with those shirts, my backing doesn't have to be nearly as thick versus these Gildans. I do put a much thicker backing on it just to support the weight, I guess you can say, of, you know, the fabrics and the embroidery and everything like that. So I actually picked this up from Madeira, USA. I don't remember how much I paid for it, guys. I mean, you can literally tell how big it is. It's one of their thicker, I think it's like a 2 point something thickness. If I remember, I will link it below. And my mentality when it comes to embroidery is I would rather just buy the biggest that they kind of offer. So therefore, I don't feel like I'm running out or, you know, plenishing it that frequent. So yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, you know what else I bought? Well, I didn't buy it, but for Christmas, I actually got the mat and the cutter. And so let's actually try this out. I actually just picked this up. I should show you guys things that I just went to Joann's. Literally, this is why I'm dressed up, because I went to Joann's. I had to pick up some fabrics for some samples that I actually will be doing, and of course I will be filming all that, so you really can't see what I'm doing. So there you go. I'd rather you see what I'm doing rather than my face. So I'm brand new at this in regards to like using these scissors. So I actually saw this at Joann's too, and I picked this up. And obviously, as you can tell, it has numbers. So I'm just, I guess, unfortunately, I am OCD when it comes to like things being straight. I don't know what I just did. Apparently, I didn't do that right. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so you really don't have to apply a lot of pressure. All right, so then all that I'm gonna do is I typically take my hoop. This is the Mighty Hoop. This is the 8x9. So, see it right there, 8x9 Mighty Hoop. And I do need to do a review on these hoops because I have a love-hate relationship with them. but. All right, so of course this is going to be extra. Never get rid of your extras. I literally have a bin here full of just extras because you just never know when you're gonna need them. And I need to come up with an organization system, but you know, we balling on a budget right now, and that's okay. All right, so here's something that well, my battery's dying, and I literally had it charging all night. So let me change out my battery real quick and we'll be right back. So here's one thing that I've actually recently started doing. So take the information as you wish, but basically here's the shirt. There is a line already down the dead center, so I know that this is going to be center. And again, I talk about these a lot. I purchased them on Amazon. I will link them below. And I actually use this as a guide, to be honest with you, to make sure that when I am embroidering, it's going to be down far enough on the shirt. Because I know sometimes in videos that I've watched are like, go as high up as you can, which I guess you can. It's no harm. But I just personally don't want the image to be like at my neckline. So I put this up. And then I just grab a piece of painter's tape because it's harmless. And I'm basically going to put this right on the edge. Okay. Now I do put a very fine line. That's not working. Just so I know, like, that is the dead center. So one thing I personally like doing is I actually will take these extra fabrics or backings and I will stick them typically at the top and at the bottom, because I noticed that sometimes it creates a marking, and sometimes I can get it out and sometimes I can't, and then now I have ruined a product. So I just do this for safe measures. And again, I just tape this into place. I only do it because it keeps like flipping up. All right, so here's something that I do recommend is buying a 3-ring binder and honestly keeping track of all your images, because you are going to need to reference back to these. It basically is going to tell you the order in which the color needs to go. So for example, for the 6, it goes 3 different times. So it's gonna do an initial stitch, it's gonna do a fabric stitching, so it's going to basically adhere my fabric to the t-shirt, and then it's gonna do an outline. And then of course, actually Sonic is right behind it. So Sonic, I have him here. So if I pull him out, then you are going to see all the colors and the order in which I need to program the machine for. So this is very important. I honestly just found this to be the most organized with the clear plastic inside, and I originally had everything organized by like birthday designs, company designs, holiday designs, things like that, but I ended up taking out those little tabs, and basically I can just easily search through it. It makes it a little bit quicker for me, so do as you want with that information. So let's go ahead, get all the colors programmed in here. I'm actually gonna probably have it on my phone as well, just so I remember like colors and things like that, because of course the 6 is typically a certain color and the Oliver is going to be a specific color. So let's do that now. You definitely want to make sure when it comes to let's brighten this up, guys. It's gotta move everything around with it. Basically when it comes to a larger image, always check your bobbin. Basically, I'm gonna try my best. I'd rather you watch another video, but the best way I do it is I always want to make sure that the bobbin, the word bobbin, is actually pointed away from my fingernail to where it's pulling like this, so you know it's going the correct way. And let me see if I can do this. Basically, you're going to insert it. Then you're gonna see this little notch right here. You're gonna put the thread through here. You're going to bring it up, right? And then I typically just turn this around, and then this is called a pigtail. So 1, 2, and then that allows you for your bobbin to work, okay? You just want to make sure that everything is clean. I always keep that dust can nearby, because you'd be surprised how much thread will get stuck in there. And then basically just stick that in there. And this string can stay out. It's completely fine. If you are worried, you are also welcome to cut it shorter. All right. So another thing is very important when you are setting up embroidery that is going to be basically a mixture of embroidery and fabric. You need to make sure that your machine is set to AM, which is automatic manual. So basically the manual just means that after every time it does its one stitch, it will automatically stop your machine, so it allows you to lay your fabric down. So that's very, very important. Trust me, at the very beginning. And actually a video I just uploaded, you'll actually, well, I don't know if I talked about it, but I did catch it before I did anything, because I typically hawk my machine. So that's just, you know, just a key thing to know. But yeah, let's go ahead. Another thing I did mention in the last video is I actually forgot to clip this. So of course I'm making sure I am squeezing it to make sure everything is tight. I'm pulling it back to make sure everything is clipped in. And then from here, I'm just going to go ahead and create an outline. I still have to do all the fabrics. Actually, technically, I gotta even find them, but we'll do that in a second. So as we can tell, this is hitting at both the top and the bottom, so this image definitely needs to be shrunk. So I know I'm doing it extremely quick. Okay, let's shrink that. I didn't shrink it by much. It was already at 80%. I shrunk it to 76. I try to keep it as large as I can, because of course people are paying for this, so I do like the image to be as large as possible. So let me not put that down yet. Let me outline. Okay, so that looks good. Looks good. All right. So so then what you can hit is this actual heart. If you hit this heart and you put this down, it's not supposed to stay down. Mine just gets stuck. It'll actually do a better tracing of where the image will lay. I just get really scared. But as you, well, you can't see it. Okay, messed my short up, thanks. You guys can't see it, but basically it almost goes right at where my tape is. And it's actually going to go down all the way here, which is probably where Oliver is going to be showing. So it's like Oliver, Sonic, 6. And then of course I do see my line. So I'm just going to tap. So now I know I'm dead center. I'm going to take off the tape. Don't forget to do that. So now at this point, everything is kind of set up. I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I typically do like to do the outline, and then at that point kind of cut my fabric around it so I'm not wasting fabric. So right now let's start with the 6, and then we'll go to the next step. So auto, manual. I typically am really slow when it comes to my embroidery machine, just because you know, time is, I know they say time is money, and this thing is still like new to me, so I just don't want to mess anything up. So let's go ahead. I still get so nervous with this part. I don't know why, it's so stupid. But let's hit start. Alright, so this is the fabric I have for my 6, and we're just going to go ahead, plop it down here. I'm just honestly going to, Now, with your fabrics, you do have to put this heat and bond. I'm not even showing you guys the right way. Oh dear Lord. This heat and bond, you can pick it up at Heat and Bond. You can pick it up at Joann's. So all that you're going to do is you are going to put the texture side down, move your water cup, and honestly it doesn't need to go down very long, and boom. Alright, so technically I made this kind of big, which is fine. I can actually turn this sideways and I could probably get two out of this. So let's do that. Okay, so I get so nervous with this part because the machine does have like an out jack. I just get so nervous that it's never going to go back to the same spot. So and yes, I just throw my shit on the floor, guys. Like, be better than me. But I also refuse to leave my craft room without everything being cleaned up. Like, that I will not do. So, do I make a mess while I'm in motion? Absolutely. Do I leave it like that? Absolutely not. All right, this is making no sense to me because it does like the outline, and when I put the fabric on here and it retraces, there's no reason this should be happening. So if you guys can tell me why that is, that would be great. I never had this issue before until after Racoma came out and adjusted my machine. So, and look, once I put it back into place, this red, please do me right. Please do me right. So I had to put the battery on charge. It just kept dying, and so I had to continue on without you guys. So I do apologize. Basically, I've done the 6, which I believe you kind of saw part of that. I just completed the feet, and now I'm doing the outline of the body. You guys will not believe this. I, no joke, have no more Blue Sonic, and I have to make 2 of these shirts left. So I am scrounging off of my tiny teeth over here to try to cut as close as possible so I can try to use both of this blue for both t-shirts. And I have a scrap, so next time I go to Hobby Lobby or Joann's, I have to pick this up. Like, I have to. Like, at this point, once these 2 orders are completed, and hope to God nothing is wrong, that yeah, I basically am out of fabric. But yeah, this is the color. It's just a plain blue. Honestly, it is a scrap that I had around the house when I decided to make a mock-up of it, and truthfully, once I've seen everything put together, I really just kind of like it, so I just kind of left it. I didn't tamper with, you know, maybe a decorative blue or something of that nature. Let's bring you guys in closer. I'm sure you want to see what the heck's going on. What the heck? Something has to be wrong with my bobbin, because none of this actually stitched. No. No. I can't. What the heck? The only time something like that happens, honestly, is when something's wrong with your bobbin. Okay, well, this message just popped up on my screen, so we're gonna have to troubleshoot this. Guys, when I tell you I am getting stressed out right now, I definitely was getting stressed out because my machine popped up with a Y limit error and I did not know what the heck that meant. And I was trying to Google search all over YouTube, especially under Racoma's page, and nothing was popping up. Basically, all that it meant is that I had the actual armband ejected all the way out, and so I needed to put it back into place, and it didn't dawn on me. So I ended up putting it back in. So that is what a Y limit error basically means, is that your arms are stretched out too far and you need to put them back into position for it to back trace. Because basically, I don't know why, I don't know if my bobbin came off of the pigtail, which is kind of what I'm thinking happened, because when I pulled it out, I noticed it was missing. But basically, it did not stitch the outline into the t-shirt. So right now, as I'm cutting, it's like kind of popping up. You can definitely see it like right here. So I don't want to mess with it too much. I kind of just stopped what I'm doing, and I'm going to basically flip this switch. It's going to turn red. Red basically means that it's going to restitch. I did backtrack it. So by backtracking, all that you're doing is you are hitting this button right here, which is basically allowing you to reverse, and also by hitting the red button. So as of right now, we're going to redo that. After my last scene, I had to take a break. It was a very short break. I basically had to go scream and curse and rant to my husband about the issues I was having. But luckily enough, of course, when I do purchase shirts, I typically buy 2 just in case something like this happens. So what I did is I just went ahead, got us almost right where we last left off, except I did finish the body and also the belly, which is typically a tan color. And then at this point, honestly, I can change my machine to auto, which basically means it's just gonna keep going until the product is done, because I basically have to do 3 fabrics of color changes, and then after that, everything else is just threading. So I'm going to basically do a time lapse, letting you guys watch it happen. And then, unfortunately, I do have to run to Hobby Lobby now, just because I did run out of the blue, like I mentioned. But of course, I wanted to finish this just in case I had any more mistakes and needed to pick something up. And yeah, unfortunately, sometimes things like this happen, which is exactly why you need to remind yourself you charge the prices that you do, because not everything always goes as planned. And of course, when you make mistakes, and technically, that's not even my mistake. That is the machine's mistake. And so I have to pay for that type of mistake. So of course, you know, that eats into my profit. But I'm just gonna woosah, just kind of breathe, and let's finish this one up, guys. Like, let's just, and I still have another one to do. Alright guys, so I was going to set you aside and just kind of do an overlap of me creating a second shirt, but unfortunately you basically saw me do 2 shirts. One was a mess up, one was a recorrection. It is now 5:41 and I have to run to Hobby Lobby before they close, because they are the closest fabric place to me. Yeah, that's just nature of the beast. This is, oh my god, I have such a mess over here. So basically what happened is, if you guys can see right here, come on, focus. The first time it does its stitching, like I said, because it creates an idea of where the fabric needs to go. So then when I put the fabric down and it stitched it again, for some reason, I don't know, other than me explaining that, I think the bobbin came off the pigtail, because if you so hard to see it, but like you can kind of see where the fabric is pulling up. So you can tell it didn't even lay it down. The reason you are seeing where it laid down here was because I tried to backtrack everything, and when I did, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in here or not. Basically it ended up creating a second line and it totally missed the first line. So that's why this one was completely scratched. This is the outcome. It is super cute. It took me way longer than it should have. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys loved my, you know, disastrous video. I hope you guys enjoyed maybe troubleshooting an error that I've not had to deal with before, and literally having no YouTube videos, no Racoma assistant, like Brittany just figuring this crap out on her own. Now granted, it was a simple one, but still I had to figure that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you do subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to pump out some videos. Obviously, as you can see, we're gonna have some frustrations along the way, and we're going to just basically build a better small business all together, between me helping you, you helping me. So I do appreciate it. Make sure you guys are subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone. You click that button below. Hey everyone, welcome. What's on my lens here? Ooh.